great day. It was Wednesday. I gotta be a little bit more quiet today because I'm in a coffee shop, guys. Hey, how are you? So today I got my head blown out because I don't know if I shared this with you guys, but I'm reading a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And it really goes into detail about how you can change your habits to give you a life that is in alignment with the desires of who you want to be. So it talks about shifting your identity in order to shift your habits to be that, but like in really good detail. You should celebrate yourself more in whatever journey you are in. If you celebrate yourself more, you're actually more, what's the word? You're more likely to hit your goals. So we see this a lot in our lives, and it's one of the biggest reasons why we self sabotage. But you literally deserve to celebrate yourself. So understanding your expectations being your reality is something that can actually help you celebrate yourself and do pretty much anything you want in life. So you guys know me. If you don't, I'm Cherette, and I'm a weight loss coach. So I tend to put a lot of my examples into weight loss because it's what I coach on in my sessions, and it's kind of how stuff works in my brain. But everything in life that is true is universal. So your expectations are literally your reality. So in order to celebrate yourself, you can shift your expectations and nurture an environment where celebration becomes easy, and that will actually help shift your reality to whatever you desire. Follow me. I was reading the book and I saw this part and it was amazing. James says our expectations determine our satisfaction. The gap between our cravings and our rewards determine how satisfied we feel after taking action, but only after taking action. So your expectations are actually goals that you're constantly meeting. Whatever you expect, that is literally what happens because you have a feeling. They don't know the difference between if it's right now or in the future or present. Like whatever you feel is literally no separation and you're just subconscious. So what happens in your reality is that you over and over and over, you literally are experiencing something. When you take action, you experience something. So when you drink tea, you take the action to drink the tea, and then your body feels more relaxed. And that becomes your expectation, and that becomes your reality. It's literally what a habit is. When you have something that you do over and over in your life, it's ingrained that if I do this, this happens. If I do this is what happened, right? If I drink water, I'll be more hydrated. And if I'm more hydrated, I'll feel better. So like when what I have as my reality, maybe you into you are not going to react the same as I did, and therefore your reality will be different. And that's why it's perfect that we can have a cup of mint tea, and my reality is that it's amazing, and your reality be that it's disgusting. Because it's really directly related to when I take action, this was the outcome. And I remember that. So that means that I'm less likely to try mint tea over and over again. And I take action and drink it, I feel like it's disgusting. So that's literally how our reality is created. So understand that the expectations that we have are literally goals that keep being met, right? So in order to satisfy this feeling, this expectation that we have to be met, we can take our smaller goals and put them our bigger goals and put them in the smaller goals. And the reason why this is smart, I'm really enjoying this mint tea. It's so good. Uh, the reason why this is very smart and it helps you celebrate yourself is because you have big goals in life, and big goals are amazing. You should have big goals. I'm a firm believer that if you are not scared of your goals right now, you need to make them bigger, okay? You deserve to have things that you can't even imagine in your life. So have big goals. By any means necessary, have big goals. But in order to celebrate yourself on a consistent basis, break those goals, right? So again, I'm gonna go through weight loss. So say you have a massive goal, 6 pounds that you need to lose. What happens if you break that down into 6 months worth of weight loss? Okay, now you might have 10 pounds a month to lose, right? Well, what if you break that down into even smaller goals? Okay, now you have 5 pounds a month to lose. Do you understand that month one, losing 5 pounds, like that. Month two, you lose 5 that. Month three, you can celebrate that. You literally go through this loop of this, I take action to lose 5 pounds and I reach it and I celebrate, right? You do that 12 times if you do it micro goals versus time if you look at the whole year at 60 pounds, right? So understand that your reality when you have micro goals is that I make goals and I hit them. I hit them, 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 I hit them. Every time you literally make that goal, you set that expectation, it's satisfied, you're literally building 12 times versus the one time you hit the big goal. It's the same goal. The same goal. So in your life, you're going to be literally setting the same goal. It's not that we are not creating these big, desires that we want. What it is that you are able to see exactly what you are doing. A lot of the times, we can't even see how great we are. Like, I wish I could point out all of the things that you have actually done. There are things that are natural to us. Like, if you are a bomb writer and you can just write, okay, that's something that's natural to you. If you love to dance and you get on the floor, you grooving, like when the crowd come and be like, dang, you could dance, girl. You like, man, I'm just messing around on the floor. You know what I'm saying? The best things that you do in life literally are natural to who you are. It's not this big accolade, but it is. And if you could see in the smallness of every single goal that you have, how amazing it is and celebrate it each way, you're really creating momentum. You feel good about yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, life is perfect, okay? So I said that there is more value in momentum than there is with luck or ego. So I also want to speak to the fact that your big goals they never lose sight of them. You never lose sight of them. But in order to be a millionaire, you have so many steps in between. And honestly, you don't know how you're going to get there. So you focus on that and then you micro goals, right? And then at the micro goals, you laser focus on those. Because with your knowledge, right? Say you're like, okay, I want to be a millionaire. I'm gonna be married. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. What happens if overnight the universe is like, oop, there goes a million? If you win $1 million in the lotto, that's luck. That's like ego. That's like, oh yeah, I got the big prize. But what happens when you actually earn your million, when you go through the small celebrations, getting $1 million, is you learn how to manage it. You build momentum and you create building blocks for you to get a massive goal. And now when you actually have the massive goal, you're able to keep and sustain it and nurture it. Now you know what it takes to be a millionaire. You know how to make a portfolio. You probably have a whole bunch of skills you've learned along the way. You literally create momentum in small goals and your small action plans to even handle the bigness of your dreams. Because let me tell you, if you feel you can handle your dreams right now, then your dreams are really not big enough. Okay, we go big. Okay, whatever you want in life, whatever your desire is, not only do you deserve it, but you just have to sit down and understand that every step towards that goal, it matters. You should celebrate it because your expectations are your reality. Okay, so I want to finish and read this part of the book again, because now that I've explained that, expectations are literally your reality. All right. So he says, our expectations determine our satisfaction. The gap between our craving and our rewards determine how satisfied we feel after taking action. If the mismatch between expectations and outcomes is positive, meaning we feel surprised and or delighted, then we are more likely to repeat a behavior in the future. If we take action and we actually feel positive, we feel surprised or delighted, then we're more likely to take that action in the future. If the match is negative, disappointment, or frustration, then we are less likely to do so. Meaning, if you take action and you feel any disappointment or any frustration, you're that less likely to actually do what you just took action. Going back again to weight loss, because this is what I do. If you say, okay, today I'm going to go to the gym for an hour, you are most likely, because you haven't been to the gym in probably days, all right, and you're like, I'm just going to go gun holding for an hour. You get in there, you're gonna met with frustration and dissatisfaction. Your knees are gonna be a little different. You're gonna have to feel your way through. If you haven't been in the gym in a while, you're gonna be met with some frustrations. You might not remember, how you sit on the machine or whatever happens when you're not in the gym constantly for a month or two. If you wake up today and you're like, you know what, my goal is to run a mile, and today I'm gonna stretch. When you take action, that is a very, very actionable step towards your big goal. If you want to run a mile, you literally should stretch. On God. Anything from this micro goal, because it literally is what is pushing you towards the big goal, right? So if you take this step and you get out of bed today and you take 15 or 20 minutes and you stretch, guess what happens? You find that you're pleasantly surprised at how good you feel, i.e., surprise and delight. You're surprised and you're probably delighted as well of how good it feels to just stretch. So that means that you're more likely to stretch to the gym. Your expectations are your reality, and your expectations determine your satisfaction. You're satisfied when you are delighted. When you face surprise and delight, you're satisfied. You're not satisfied if you face disappointment and frustration. So just knowing that, it can lead you to the actions you should take. Because really, if something is outside and you're just not feeling it like that, like we always can build up. You don't in the gym and pump iron today. It's ego. That's love. If you go to the gym right now and you haven't been in months and you bench press and you're actually able to bench press 200 pounds, that's either your ego pushing you through or your luck pushing you through. Why not do the work and celebrate yourself the whole way for you to get to that point? Your expectations determine your satisfaction. Be satisfied right where you're at, right with what you do. If it's stretching, if it's just drinking 32 more ounces of water, if it's writing more page to write your book, if it's just posting one time, if you're trying to your social media, that one step, that one moment of celebration, expectations so that they help you get to where you are, but they're so reasonable that you're gonna hit the goal. It's no longer luck. You're gonna feel sad. That in itself is self-love. Be satisfied with yourself. And in that moment, you can literally celebrate yourself. And if there is one thing that is the most important in life, is literally for you to be so present in the moment you can celebrate yourself. That is above all else a huge accomplishment. If you are, you think I'm going with that? You can celebrate yourself. What else is there in life? Okay. I'm gonna drink all of that. I really like that. Your expectations determine your ability to be in the present, and that's what creates the environment for you to celebrate. So if you are in the present, that means you are in the moment that your expectation is meeting your action. Going back to what I was saying earlier, the expectation comes from what you are used to meeting in this moment. This is why the unknown gives us a burst of creativity. If you go, the unknown is something that you haven't experienced before, because again, your conscious and your subconscious they don't understand feelings if they're now or before. If this is what you experience every time that you go out of your house and you go get a coffee and you get the coffee and it's delicious, that's literally your expectation, and that becomes your reality. Sometimes it's not brewed right, but even those, your brain is actually biased towards it, but we won't get into that. Our brains are such an amazing thing, and once you understand it, it's like you just train it. It's an amazing thing, just like a muscle. Anyway, so you continuously going through these patterns of celebration, of satisfaction, that literally is going to bring your expectation to positive, to a higher vibration, to being delighted and surprised. And that's going to be your expectation. And your expectation is literally what you're living in now. It's literally your reality, because you are the only one who can close that loop. It is literally divinely in the seat of happiness, being present. I talk about this all the time, judgment. Judgment is defined as divine displeasure, and I love that definition because it lends us to the fact that we literally can't hold judgment outside of ourselves. It's only reserved for us, because if anything is divine for you, then it's only for you. What's divinely yours, I can't partake in, which is why I love just being present with self, because that is literally like the best gift we have, just being present with self. I don't know if y'all can tell, I got so excited reading this. I just want to talk about it. But divine displeasure is judgment. So when you are divinely displeased on something, that literally creates an emotion that is a judgment, but it's only reserved for self. Judgments aren't bad, they're actually necessary. You need to know what pleases and does not please you, what's a displeasure and what's a pleasure. That is important and vital to your survival. Now, back in the day when our ancestors were, out in the wild, this was very different. But if you understand the brain and actions and habits and how these things work, we're like the same people, but we just have like all this technology and all this, I say higher level thinking because the highest level thinking is, I gotta stop going off on tangents and squirreling on this talk, guys, because I'm just so excited about it. Okay. So that's divine displeasure. It can only be for you. It's divinely for you. Celebration, okay? In celebration, if you are celebrating something, you have to be present with it. Celebration is a commemoration or honor with demonstrations of joy. Joy is defined as the source of pleasure or happiness. Joy is the source of happiness or pleasure. So in celebration, you are literally honoring the source of pleasure, the source of happiness. You are divinely pleased. So celebration is literally the polar opposite of judgment. Funny thing is, no matter what we do in life, we can sit at the seat of consciousness and choose to be in judgment or in celebration. I'm telling you, I promise you, if you sit in the seat of celebration of yourself more times than not, it will push you so far to your desires and so swiftly. It's actually like magic. Because when you're in celebration of self, you are in the vibration of gratitude. Gratitude is literally the energetic, I say gratitude is the energetic definition of momentum. It keeps everything going. And so make micro goals so that you can meet your expectations and that your expectations are more likely to be in the reality of celebration. You deserve to celebrate yourself. And this, looking at it in this way, it makes it so much easier because anything you do, you have a choice. Today, if you step on the pound and you even make a goal, break it down so that you have more chances of reaching it. And even if you don't reach the goal, say your goal is to lose 2 pounds this week, and at the end of the week, you only lose 1. You can still choose to sit in the seat of consciousness and celebrate yourself right where you at. And you know what? Then you make another micro goal and you either hit it or you don't, but you celebrate what you've learned or what you have accomplished. I don't believe that when we don't hit a goal, it's a loss. It's only a lesson. Every time we don't hit a goal, we can literally take it as a lesson. And lessons in itself, I don't know if y'all ever have, if you've ever had a lesson, you already know, like an aha moment, you already know, like that comes with celebration. You're like, oh, I get it. That in itself, it deserves celebration because lessons don't necessarily come easy, especially as humans. Sometimes I wish they did. Sometimes I'm like, why did I have to go through all that just to learn this? But it's our nature as humans, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to go through the process, and it's okay to celebrate along the way. It is okay. So I just wanted to bring it all home to celebrating you, for you to make sure that you're taking strides along your days, along your hours, along your minutes. Look at what you are expecting of this life. If you expect yourself to win, the closest and fastest way to get there is to set a micro goal and to hit it. And you can do that. You literally do it every day. Micro goals are the stepping stones to get to the front door for it to open. And so many times we forget about them. We forget about all the minute details that we have to go through in order to make a goal. We forget that in order to drink a gallon a day, it behooves us to start at 64 ounces if we're only at 32 right now. That micro goal, it means so much. Not only to get to the bigger goal, but to create the momentum for you to make it there with ease and in celebration. If you take nothing else from this talk, know that you can do it. You can do it. And if you haven't been feeling like you can lately, I'm telling you, don't lose sight of the picture, but maybe take a look at the micro goals that you've probably been stepping over and looking over for a while now, and really assess your expectations in life and set them up in ways that you are going to hit. You know what you can do. They say a goal should be a SMART goal. They say, who are they? But in setting goals, we should always remember that they're SMART. And I can actually do a teaching on this later because SMART goals is a whole nother beast, but it's something that every single time you set a goal, you will actually know, is this smart? SMART stands for specific, measurable, obtainable, realistic, and timely. So we know that when we're setting goals, if they're SMART, then they have all the components to create momentum, to make sure that our reality is set up for a celebration, for a victory. I'll actually have to do that. Let me write that down. Like, hold on, y'all, because I sometimes am on here and I say things to you that I'm going to do something later and I mean that, but I don't because I never write it down. So, SMART goals. Because SMART goals are an amazing way to hit any goal. It doesn't matter if it's your professional goals at work, your personal goals at home, your weight loss goals, teaching. Okay. Any goals that you have, if you can make sure that they're SMART, then that is going to lend you to an expectation and a reality that is really is attainable. And that's where we start getting the fun. We start getting in the fun realm when we're able to celebrate, be joyous, be in the moment, and relish in all of our accomplishments. So it's time to celebrate. Celebrate yourself. Whatever you are doing right now, know that you deserve celebration because in order to even make it here in this moment, your expectation had to be that you were on this path and you are literally meeting your expectation. It's like the best news possible that they never told us. I don't know who this they is I keep talking about. I'm noticing that I say they so much and I'm like, who is they? Can someone tell me? Where are they at? Anyway. Thank you so much for tuning in to Wellness Wednesdays. I enjoy you showing up for yourself every Wednesday. It warms my heart so much. If I could, it would probably burst with purple glitter. I wish I could burst things with purple glitter, like on demand. That would be awesome. Anyway, celebrate yourself, celebrate all your wins this week, and I will see you next week at the same time in the same place on Wellness Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday. Thank you so much, love, and I will see you next week. All right, doodles. I'm about to.